students. Hope everyone is safe and healthy. This is your computer science teacher Chaitra. So we were talking about the communication technology. So I'll be handling the computers for you. So let us continue with the chapter 1, that is communication technology. So now I have done into two parts, part A and part B. So it's divided into two parts. So the part A I have already given the video. Hope you have learned about the basic definition of the network, advantages of the network topologies, types of network, and types of architecture. So if you have any doubt, you can just feel free to ask me. So let us continue with the part B now, that is transmission media, network devices, cloud computing, and some exercises behind your textbook. So let us continue with the chapter 1 part B, communication technology. So that is transmission media. So it is the pathway that carries information from the sender to the receiver. It is the pathway that carries information from the sender to the receiver. Same as your house and your school, there is a pathway to go. Similarly, there is a pathway that carries information from the sender to the receiver. So data is normally transmitted to the electrical or electromagnetic signals. So signals are transmitted through copper wires, optical fibers, water, and vacuum. So again, the transmission media is divided into two things, that is wired or bound transmission and wireless or unbound transmission. So wired transmission media refers to the cables that is used for setting up a network. So in the wired transmission you get the cables, and wireless transmission media refers to the radio waves which acts as a medium for the network. So it is classified into two types, that is wired transmission and wireless transmission. So next, you can just see in the image transmission media. It is divided into two parts, that is wired and wireless. So in wired you can just find three things, that is twisted pair, coaxial, and optical fiber. So in wireless you can find Bluetooth, infrared rays, radio wave rays, and communication satellite and microwave. So you can just see one more image here. Transmission media, it is divided into two, guided and unguided, that is nothing but wireless. This is wired. So coaxial, fiber optics, and twisted. Here radio waves, microwaves, and infrared. Again the coaxial is divided into baseband and broadband. Then again twisted pair is divided into unshielded and shielded. So you know what is baseband and broadband, that is coaxial cable. So this is the classification of the transmission media. So it is divided into two parts, that is wireless and wired. It's also called as guided media and unguided media. So now let us see one by one. So twisted pair cable. So twisted pair cable, can you just see in the image how this looks? It looks like this. So it is made up of two plastic insulated copper wires twisted together to form a single media or a single cable. The use of two wires helps to reduce the disturbance and the sound. So why it is twisted? Because to reduce the disturbance and the sound. It is lightweight, easy to install, and inexpensive, and support different types of network. So there is two types here, shielded twisted pair, that is STP, can you just see in the image, and unshielded twisted pair, UTP, the most commonly used. So this is shielded twisted pair and this is unshielded twisted pair. Next, coaxial cables. Type of a cable used for the cable TV. Hope everyone have seen this type of cable. This is nothing but the coaxial cable. So electrical cable with conductor at the center. You can just see the image. There is a conductor here, center at the conductor. Then inner conductor surrounded by the tabular insulating wire. So this is a tabular insulating wire. The insulating wire is surrounded by the shield. So this is braided shield. So you can just see in the image. This shield minimizes electrical and radio interference. So this is mainly for the minimizes for the less electrical and radio interference. So can you just see in the image here? So it's a type of the cable used for the cable TV. Electrical cable with conductor at the center. Inner conductor is surrounded by the tabular insulating wire. And then the shield minimizes, the insulating wire is surrounded by the shield, braided shield. This shield minimizes electrical and radio interference. Hope everyone have seen this cable wire, that is coaxial cable wire. Next, optical fiber shield. So you can just see in the image how the optical fibers, normally it looks like this. Optical fiber transfers digital data signals in the form of light. So optical is nothing but the light. So optical means it is light. It consists of center glass core surrounded by the several layers of protective material. You can just see here center glass core with several layers of protective material. It carries more information and it is little bit expensive. Since it's optical fiber, it is little bit expensive, but it carries the data at very high speed. The advantage of this is the data is moved at a very high speed. Now there are three types here. You can just see in the image I have given all. Coaxial cable looks like this, shielded twisted pair looks like this, and a fiber optic will look like this. Next, wireless transmission media. Till now we learnt about the wired transmission media. Now we are going to learn about the wireless transmission media. So first here is Bluetooth. So everyone knows what is a Bluetooth now. So it's a short range connections between the desktop and the laptop computers, digital cameras, scanners, mobile phones and printers. So it covers a distance of 1 to 100 meters. So it's one of the transmission media which is wireless and it is of the short range. Next is infrared data transmission. So it is a wireless mobile technology used for the device communication over short ranges. Hope you are seeing in the image here. It has some major limitations, are quite cheap. So this is quite cheap, infrared. So next is the radio wave. You can just see in the image. This transmission uses radio frequency. So all these are wireless transmission medias. So next we will just talk about the microwave. Have you seen the tower like this? Yes, hope you have seen this. It is used to transmit data without use of cables but different frequency range and provide high speed signal transmission. So it is used to transmit the data, mainly for the transmit data without any wire, that is wireless. But frequency range, but of different frequency range, not of the same frequency range, and provide high speed signal transmission. Provides high speed signal. So the signals that come through is of very high speed. Next is communication satellite. So hope you have seen about the satellites here. It is the space station that receives microwave signals from the Earth base station. So from these signals, the satellites receives the signals from this, the microwave signals that is present on the Earth here, Earth base station, and amplifies the signals. Amplifiers are nothing but it increases the signal and broadcasts back to the Earth. Again it broadcasts back to the Earth. So here what it happens in the satellite is, it is a space station. The space station will be here. So it takes the signals from the microwave and the signal from the microwave which is present on the Earth. So and then it increases the speed of the data and again it transfers back to the Earth or broadcast back to the Earth. So they are used in applications like air navigation, weather forecasting, telephone, internet, television, etc. All these uses the communication satellite. Next, Wi-Fi. So everyone knows about the word Wi-Fi. So what is exactly the Wi-Fi? It is wireless fidelity. So wireless networking technology which allows computer and other devices to communicate over wireless signal. All computers have built-in Wi-Fi cards that allow users to search and connect to the wireless routers. Many mobile devices, video games and standalone devices which are not portable, including Wi-Fi capability to connect to the internet. So which is standalone devices are the devices which are not portable. So you can't carry it anywhere, wherever you want. Include Wi-Fi capability to connect to the internet. Now let us see some of the network devices. So network devices are the devices which allow, which is also called as the components used to connect computers or other electronic devices so that they can share files and the resources. So first one is network interface card, NIC. It is normally known as NIC. So you can just see in the image here. So this is the network interface card. You have an Ethernet port here. And you can see the NIC, it is connected to the PC as well as the servers, and it is then goes to the Ethernet. So hardware card installed in a computer. It has a ROM, that is random access memory chip, that contains unique number which is hardware address or a MAC address. So the the hardware, it has a ROM inside this, so that contains unique number. So it has its own unique number. So each computer has its own unique number, that is network interface card. Why it has to be a unique? Because it has, whenever the system want to share some resources in the internet, the address has to be identified. The chip contains unique number, which is the hardware address or a hardware address or a MAC address, that is media access control address. The hardware address uniquely identifies the computer on the network. So it can identify which PC requires what. So if one PC want to access some data which is present at the far away, so it has to tell which PC. So there will be many PCs or personal computers will be participating in the network. So it has to identify with the help of the hardware address or the media access control address. So it may enable a wide connection such as Ethernet. So Ethernet is nothing but a wide connection, and wireless connection is such as Wi-Fi to a local area network. Next we will talk about the hub here. Can you just see in the image here, hub? So all these computers are connected. Hope it's there in our school also. So whenever the school reopens, you can just see in our computer lab, there is a hub here. So you can just see the hub image. It is used in the wired network to connect Ethernet cables. So Ethernet is mainly for the wired network. So it is used in a wired network, that is Ethernet, from the number of devices. It allows each device to communicate. Hope you are seeing in the image. It allows each device to communicate. So next is router. Again, router are classified into two types, that is wireless router and wired router. So communication device that connects multiple computers and transmit data to the destination. So it's a communication device. Basically, it's a communication device which connects multiple computers and transmit data to the destination. For smaller business or house, a router allows multiple computers to share single high-speed internet connection cable, that is modem or DSL modem. So here for small business or houses, a router allows multiple computers. So router can allow multiple computers to share a single high-speed internet connection. So the single high-speed internet connection can be shared with among the many computers through either modem or DSL. DSL is nothing but the digital subscriber line modem, or it is just modem. Now let us come to the modem. You can just see in the image what is modem. It looks like this. So modem is, the name suggests, a name itself tells it is modulator and demodulator. So it has taken from MO and DEM, that forms the modem. So modulator and demodulator. It's a device that makes computers to communicate over telephone lines. Are you finding the difference? Yes. So device makes computers to work over the telephone lines. Modem links to our home network is through ISP. Hope you know ISP, that is Internet Service Providers. There are many Internet Service Providers like BSNL, Airtel, then I think many other. Then it converts digital signals into analog signals. So at the destination, modem converts analog to the digital. So it's a vice versa operations goes on in the modem. So that it is classified into two types, again the internal modem and the external modem. So first, internal modem is already present inside the computer or inside the CPU, and the external modem is attached outside the CPU. Hope you are finding the difference between the internal modem and the external modem. So modem is nothing but the modulator and demodulator. It's a device that is communicated over the telephone lines. So it is linked to our home network through ISP, that is Internet Service Providers. So there are two types, internal modem and the external modem. Now let us come to the switches. You can just see in the image switches. Special type of hub. It is also a type of a hub. You can just see the image of a hub here. Similarly, the switches also looks like the hub here. It is a special type of hub. It is used to connect to the computer. It records all the computers connected connected to it. So it records all the computer, it keeps track of all the computers which are connected to it. Switch must be able to read the MAC address. So what is MAC address? Media Access Control Address. So whenever the packet is received, it must be able to see whether the destination device is connected or not and must transfer it to the destination. Is it? So packet is nothing but a data or a information. Whenever it is received, it must be able to see whether the destination device is connected or not. Yes, only when the destination device is connected only you can just transfer the information from one system to another system. If the destination device is not connected, then you can't just transfer the information or data or a packet from the one system to another system. So for this you need a MAC address. So it has to recognize the MAC address here. It has to recognize the MAC address. Next we come to the last thing, which is very important and a nice topic, that is cloud computing. You can just see the clouds here. So you can just see in the image cloud. It is the term refers to storing and accessing data online. So it is not offline, it is online. So there will be a server and you are going to access the data through the server. So for example, the good example is Google. So Google is a cloud which contains many other applications. You can just take it from the online. So it allows consumers and business to use any application without any installation. So you need not install into your systems. You can directly access this. So this is nothing but your cloud computing. So you can see some of the clouds here: Microsoft Azure, VMware, SoftLayer, then your Google, then Amazon, and Alert Logic, Security as Service. All these are clouds which give you some applications which can be accessed directly through the online without any installation. So this is nothing but cloud computing. Computing is nothing but carrying out some applications through the cloud. So cloud means it contains all the applications. You can just access it online. No need to install it. The good example is Google. So there are 4 types of cloud computing, that is the private, public, hybrid, and community. So you know hybrid is, it allows both private as well as public, and community is a group of a computer or a group of a people, and private is only for the persons who want to have only private informations, and public is access to the public, and private is for a particular person, and hybrid it contains both. It can be accessed well for the private as well as for the public, and community is for only for a group of people. For example, there are doctors. They make a group and they access one of the cloud which is required for their use. So cloud computing is the use of hardware and software to deliver a service over network, typically the internet. So it is the use of hardware as well as software to deliver the service over the network, that is internet. An example of cloud computing provider is Google's Gmail. So Gmail users can access file and application hosted via Google through internet from any device. So you can just access all the things, applications from the Google from any device through the internet. So this is called as cloud computing. So the best example is Google. Now let us see the advantages of cloud computing. It's efficient storage and computing services, allow for the easy connectivity to servers and information sharing, less expensive, assures appropriate use of resources as the users required to pay only for the services they require. So it also assures appropriate use of resources. All the resources are getting used or only for the resources which only they need to pay, and everything will be a free resource. Data can be accessed from anywhere in the world, reduce capital cost, monitoring projects more effectively. This is why reduce capital cost is for the installation, the cost will be more. So here no need to install, you can all access through the cloud, and the cost will also reduce, monitoring projects more effectively. So we can make our projects more effective. Now you can just take your textbooks, that is page number 15. I have given all the fill in the blanks here. Dash refers to the transmission of the digital data between the computers, that is your optical fibers. In dash topology, each computer is connected to two other computers, that is ring topology. Dash cables are used by the cable TV, they are coaxial. Modem stands for modulator and demodulator. Dash is the pathway that carries information from sender to receiver, that is your transmission medium. Optical fiber transfers digital signals from the form of light. Dash topology is identical to the bus topology, that is tree. Dash is the device that makes possible for the computers to communicate over telephone lines, that is your modem. So I have expanded the following. What is NIC, that is network interface card. What is ISP, internet service providers. What is STP, shielded twisted pair. What is UTP, unshielded twisted pair. What is Wi-Fi, that is wireless fidelity. What is IR, infrared rays. What is MAC, media access control address. So state true or false. Computer network reduces the storage capacity, that is true. In ring topology, each computer is connected to the central computer, false. All the computers are connected to each computer. Bus topology uses multiple cables to connect all computers, false. It uses a single cable. Router converts analog signal to the digital signal, false. That is modem converts, not the router. All data on the star topology passes through the central computer. Yes, in the star there will be a central computer. So next, multiple choice question. Dash topology uses single bus to connect to all computers, that is bus topology. Next, dash cables transfer digital data signal in the form of light, that is your optical. Then dash was created by the telecom vendor Ericsson, that is your Bluetooth. Then dash are the special type of hub, that is your switches. So answer the following. Since the instruction for your classes, since they have not given any space, so you need to write just in the 100 pages notebook. So as there is no space, I have given you the answers. Answer the following. What is a computer network? Group of interconnected computers to share information and resources through cable, telephone lines, radio waves, satellites or infrared beams. Give any two advantages of computer. There are 4 advantages. You can just choose any 2 and describe it. I have given all the 4 here. File sharing, resource sharing, increased storage capacity and security. So what do you mean by network topology? So network topology refers to the layout or a pattern in which the various computers are connected in the form of network. Then what explain about the twisted pair cable? Everything I have explained here. So what is the difference between the bus topology and the ring topology? You make a table like this and you can write it. Next, explain about the optical fiber cable. So you can just write whatever I have given. Then what is cloud computing? Write any 2 advantages. There are many advantages of cloud computing. For your class, only two have given. So there are many in your textbooks. So if you can write any other 2 also, you can write whatever I have given. So cloud computing is a term that refers to storing and accessing your data online so that it can be accessed from any location. So next, thank you children. Be safe and healthy, and we completed the chapter 1 here. So if you have any doubts, you can just message me in the group. So please do the assignments, do write in the textbooks, and please read the textbook. If you come across any doubts, you can just ask me in the group. Thank you children.